air crash. So squadron leader Krishna Mitru, aviation expert of course, continues to be with me on the broadcast. Sir, as we take a closer look at the timeline of events, we see how within 10 seconds, within 3 seconds of liftoff, the switches, transition to the cut-off positions, and 10 seconds after that, they are put back into the run position. So, with regards to this, how significant does the pilot's conversation become? What can we gather from that? They also express some confusion regarding what exactly led to the switches transitioning to a cut-off position. How are you viewing this conversation between them?
Well, this conversation is definitely very, very significant. There's no doubt about it. Because the issue is fuel cutoff. And it's very, very normal to ask who switched off the fuel. Because if I did not, then who? Firstly. Secondly, unless we know the exact timings up to the milliseconds of each and everything happening, right from unstick to the fuel switches going off one by one, the conversation, one engine being switched on, other engine not being able to start. Now here again there's an anomaly which I see. If one engine has started, this aircraft is capable of normal climb on one engine. How did that switch off again? You see, please mark my point. I heard from you just now that one engine started and the other engine failed to start. If one engine started, why was the climb stopped? It should have climbed normally. This aircraft is capable. Here, we would require a lot more details and clarifications on all these issues. And the correlation of the data recorder with the voice recorder is absolutely essential to coordinate what went wrong where and what was the cause.
Well, sir, I would, also like to get your perspective on this SAIB advisory that is mentioned in the report. The US Federal Aviation Authority issued this advisory back in 2018, which you warned of a potential for the disengagement of the locking mechanism for these fuel control switches. This report that has come out in 2018 has warned of this possibility, and that if in a case where such a locking mechanism is disengaged, it can lead to inadvertent operations such as an in-flight engine shutdown. So this has been mentioned, this issue has been flagged back in 2018, and the preliminary investigation report of the AAIB also clearly mentions this report, while also saying that Air India has stated that it did not carry out these suggested checks mentioned in the advisory, as they were merely an advisory and not mandatory. So, how are you viewing this issue flagged back in 2018 by the SAIB, and also Air India clearly stating that it did not carry out the checks, security checks that were advised to be done?
See, to my mind, there are a lot of controversies which have started coming, and controversies and hypotheses. I would advise that before we go into any commenting, let us not presume things, and we have to perforce wait. There are set procedures to check the aircraft, to check all the emergency functioning of all the what do you call it, the facilities, all the norms of the aircraft, etc. There are always checks and balances. In spite of that, how has this happened? it beats me. The present theory does not go well with me. I
Well,
would, I would not comment any further.
so, as per this report also, as you said that further investigation is required, and the report also states that this is just a preliminary assessment, and they are carrying out further investigation. They are examining further evidence as well, but as of now, the report does not suggest any action to be taken, any recommendations for either the Boeing 787-8 aircraft or for the GE engines which were used in the aircraft. So, as the investigation continues, and as you also said that further details are required, what are the answers to be sought as investigation into the air crash continues?
My only thing is, like I said just now, the coordination, the dovetailing of the data recorder and the voice recorder is most essential to come to some understanding as to what has happened at what point in time to the milliseconds. Because this crash has given us a very, very limited time uh, for all the things to happen and to be able to analyze in a very, very quick manner. So, most essential to my mind is coordination of data recorder and the voice recorder and the physical happenings of the aircraft. Physical happenings, I mean fuel switches. What are the position? And uh, if the fuel switches, if one engine was switched on, as per you, if one engine was switched on at the time of crash from the wreckage, did they find that switch off or on? That's very essential. That will show us whether one engine was switched off or both remained off. And the time difference, the time lag from the time the fuel pump was switched off to the time the rat got deployed, the turbine got deployed. That is also very essential because, to my mind, this happens simultaneously. You switch off the fuel, engine switches off, and the rat deploys. There should not be more than maximum. It could be the fuel getting burnt in the which is in the pipeline from the pump to the engine, to the igniters. What is that time period, time lag? We cannot guess it. We have to go by actual recordings. We have to go by the data which is available, and let there not be a blame game in this case.
Well, sir, thank you so much for joining us here on Newsx with your perspective. That is all the time we have for now. We have some breaking news coming in at this point in time.